old is this barn?
Well, it was built in the early 1800s.
And it just, the wood is held up. I mean, did they treat it?
No,
and
it's just old growth.
It's just
Old
amazing.
growth lumber. Look at the size of
It's
this.
in such amazing shape.
I'm really happy with my barn. I've got it on the Historical Society now. It's registered. It had a aluminum roof here when I came. My aunt had put an aluminum roof on it, but the nails had worn and it was leaking very badly. So I had another roof put on about 18 years ago, a composition, and it deteriorated, so I just finished having this nice, beautiful new roof put on. That's a stream that comes out of a beaver pond area up here, comes down past the round, meets with two other creeks down that way.
Which ones, do you know? Doesn't it flow in eventually to Goldsboro or Coffee
Well,
Creek?
it's the headwaters of Coffee Creek,
Oh.
and it does flow into Goldsboro.
If you could tell me a little bit about just like how big your property is, kind of show me.
It's 60 acres.
60 acres. And when this was, you came down through your family, right?
Yes, Grandpa came here in '33. I just think it's such a wholesome way of life.
My name's Jay Gordon. I'm the owner, along with my wife and my dad, of this farm. Been in the family since 1872. I'm the 6th generation. My daughters are the 7th generation. And we farmed this year about 700 acres total. We have a dairy. We're milking about 130, 140 cows. We ship our milk to Organic Valley, so our dairy is organic. We have a poultry industry up the valley, that egg laying operation, Briarwood Farms, that has a nice steady supply of chicken manure. I don't need to have a customer say, yeah, I like your product. I've got a whole bunch of customers here that say, I like your product, I like your place. And so for me, the first family of swans that comes back, that scopes the place out and says, okay, yep, we're back. We like it here. And you know, we've had as many as over 800 swans on our place that all say, we like the way you farm, and doesn't hurt our farming operation. And it just kind of validates that we're doing something the way you should be.
When we bought this property, we had no idea of the richness with the archaeology from Indian tribes that lived in this area. The Squaxin people have lived on this bay for thousands of years, and the Chehalis people used the bay to dig clams. The Nisquallies used the bay, and some of them lived here. I've been spending some time working with Dan Evans and Bill Ruckelshaus and a number of others on these issues of how do we really protect Puget Sound. And it's amazing that no one has really looked at the aspect of family gifting and what families can give. And in the long haul, you know, either Puget Sound's going to die a death of 1,000 cuts, or it's going to be saved by 1,000 small actions. You know, one of the owners that we purchased property from said to me just before he died, he said, I want this property to stay exactly like it is. And Karen and I nodded and said, that's exactly what we've always wanted to. We don't want to see it developed. We don't want to see it changed. And so we've been carrying out that wish, and the Capital Land Trust makes it legal. You know, the bottom line word is trust. They sit down with you and they work out an agreement, and you trust them and they trust you, and we sign on the dotted line, and we've just had a wonderful relationship with them.
You know, so what we're trying to do is identify those places that are the most important and work to conserve those, to keep them functional to begin with. That's another one of the challenges, is that so much has happened. I mean, we've lost more than 75% of our estuarine habitat in Puget Sound already. 75% is gone. So what we're trying to do is say, look, those special places like Lower Eld Inlet, like Gull Harbor on Budd Inlet, like Henderson Inlet in Mason County, Oakland Bay, these places are extremely precious, and mean, we have yet to figure out how to tie an accurate dollar value to these places. They are so valuable because most of the rest of the world has already lost these places. When I come out here to the north end of Oakland Bay, it's just so spectacular, and the places that we've already succeeded at conserving make me wonder how many people in the world even have a chance to still see something like this. We're very successful at raising millions of dollars to acquire these properties, and that's a huge undertaking for us to do. But when people see these articles on the front page of the paper that we just secured another large grant, or we just paid a large amount of money to acquire a piece of property, what they're not seeing in that article is that that money was secured to actually purchase that property, but it wasn't there to pay for our time to do all of the other things to make that happen. It's not uncommon for one of our projects to take hundreds of hours, sometimes more than 1,000 hours of staff time to get that project done.
The Kaiser Road property, and it's a property that we've been working on for the past couple of years to do restoration work. We're mainly kind of restoring the old pasture by planting different species depending on the microsite habitats.
But this plant's doing great. It's alive, it's growing strong, and we have this blue sleeve on it to protect it from herbivory or any animals coming and nibble on it. And I just took it off for a second so I could get to the grass that was growing inside it. Most of our stewardship comes from the generosity of volunteers who work with us. For the monitoring of all our properties, each property has a volunteer steward who is associated with that property and provides the longevity of knowledge about that property. And then for properties in which we are actively managing, we rely on our volunteers to help provide equipment to manage that property.
Today we are at our Oakland Bay County Park, which was purchased in partnership with the Capital Land Trust. We've since completed a master plan for the park and are actually on a first phase development process, doing some entryway improvements and some trail work. And we really feel that in the future this property will be one of the county's and even the region's showcase park facilities. So in time, we hope you'll have an opportunity to come out and visit this wonderful place. And again, we'd just like to thank everybody at the Capital Land Trust for the work in acquiring the property and their ongoing efforts and care in managing and conserving this wonderful property. So thank you.
Close your eyes and tell me that the sky is coming down, it's breaking at the seams. Or turn your head the other way, she's falling, she's not what she once seemed. But I'm one of those that still believes in revolution. Yeah, I'm one of those that still believes in a solution. Don't you tell me this is how the world is gonna end. I wanna fall in love. Now don't you tell me this is how the world is gonna end. I wanna fall in love and pass it to my children. I wanna fall in love, 'cause we're the ones that pulled the pin. We opened up the box and now it's broken. Now it's broken. Long ago I made a pact and I intend to keep it. As long as I am breathing, I'm gonna keep believing. Long ago I made a pact, I intend to keep it.